Here are the top 5 stories on TV Platinum. On number 1, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB, in agreement with key stakeholders in the education sector, has approved new minimum cutoff scores for 2024 admissions into tertiary institutions across Nigeria. At the annual policy meeting held in Abuja on Tuesday, 150 was adopted as the minimum UTME score for university admissions, while polytechnics and colleges of education retained a benchmark of 100. For the first time, a score of 140 was set for colleges of nursing nationwide. JAMB clarified that institutions are free to set higher cutoff marks but must not go below the approved national minimum. The new benchmarks mark a slight increase from last year, where universities had a cutoff of 140. On number 2, the Labour Party has reviewed its move to expel its 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi over his involvement in an opposition coalition aiming to unseat President Bola Tinubu in 2027. During a Channels TV interview on Tuesday, Labour Party chieftain Abayomi Arabambi described Obi's dual political allegiance as unconstitutional, stating that the National Executive Committee will recommend his expulsion. The party also issued a 48-hour ultimatum demanding Obi's resignation. This comes after the coalition, which recently adopted the ADC as its 2027 platform. On number 3, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has fixed July 17, 2025 to rule on an application by former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello seeking the temporary release of his international passport for medical treatment abroad. Bello, currently facing 110.4 billion naira fraud charges from the EFCC, argued through his lawyer that he poses no flight risk and has complied with all bail terms. However, the EFCC opposed the request, citing a similar pending application in another court and questioning the authenticity of his medical documents. On number 4, the Abia State government has begun payment of entitlements to 249 disengaged staff of Ogbonnaya Ono Polytechnic, Aba, who were laid off between 2018 and 2022. Commissioner for Information Prince Oke Kanu described it as a promise fulfilled by Governor Alex Oti. Meanwhile, the governor has approved a $5,000 grant for 15-year-old Chris John Mba, who will represent Abia in the United States after winning the 2025 TEL Guest competition. The state also vows to clamp down on cultism and crime, while major renovations have begun at the Abia State College of Education to improve education infrastructure. And lastly, the federal government has declared that any admission into tertiary institutions outside the Central Admissions Processing System (CAPS) is considered illegal. Speaking at JAMB's 2025 policy meeting, Education Minister Dr. Tunji Alausa warned that institutions and individuals who violate the rule risk sanctions, including asset withdrawals and prosecution. He emphasized that only JAMB can approve admissions and cautioned against misuse of the NIN system. Alausa also highlighted inefficiencies, noting that 120 universities received fewer than 50 applications. Chairman of the Senate Committee on ICT and Cybersecurity, Senator Shoaib Salisu, also called for stricter laws and penalties for fraudulent admissions. And that's the top 5 stories on TV Platinum. I am Hakima Dada. Do well to subscribe to all our social media platforms for more news updates. Thank you for watching and bye for now.